I restarted everything and my internet is exactly the same. Shit.
Sounds like you need new internet.
We got a great start to the show tonight, guys. Thank you so much for coming in to the Wade's Ventures YouTube channel. And guys, this is the first episode officially of Fortunes of Reselling, a great panel of resellers on the Wade's Ventures YouTube channel tonight. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the show, and then we'll get into our guest, and then we'll get into the show. And guys, I see a lot of really cool, amazing people in chat. Thank you so much for joining tonight. I know football is going on. I will talk about it a little bit later, but I made $500 on FanDuel today. So it's a good day. Yes, crushed it. What's going on, guys? Welcome in. So, guys, Fortunes of Reselling is a really cool show. It's the first one that I have been on, thus my YouTube career. And I was really humbled to be asked to come on the show, and these guys are amazing. And basically what it is a traveling show every Sunday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we're going to go to all the different reseller channels. And so if you guys haven't seen the show, and we'll introduce Bearded Picker in a second, but if you haven't seen the first episode we did, it's on the Bearded Picker channel. And then it's going to be on my channel this time. I believe we go to Chris, Liquidation, Ohio next, although he's sick today. And then we'll move to the next. We'll just continue to go every Sunday. So welcome in, guys. And by the way, we'll talk a little bit about this, but the show is going to have a guest and a lot of cool stuff. Really exciting time here on the channel. So I figured we would, I know you guys probably seen episode 1 and 2, but let's go ahead and I will pass it over to these two guys so they can kind of introduce themselves if you guys do not know what the best beard in reselling looks like. Hey, Shane, you ready?
I have the best beard in reselling? Awesome.
I would say number 1, 2. You're probably 2, obviously, and I'm like the patches. I don't even get like a vote, basically. But
Definitely.
Yeah, go ahead, introduce yourself, and then we'll get on with the show here.
Definitely. So I'm Shane, the Rise and Grind Picker, and that's where you can find me on YouTube and Instagram. And I love just finding stuff and flipping it, retail arbitrage, wherever I can find it, wherever I can find items at, and I flip them on Amazon and eBay.
All right, so I'm Scott, the Bearded Picker. That's no big shock there. YouTube and Instagram, I am the Bearded Picker. Somebody had actually stolen the name already, so I do a little bit of everything. YouTube, Facebook, Marketplace. I don't care where I sell stuff. It just doesn't matter to me. It's that when the game is moving stuff, it doesn't matter if it'll move. What did I buy? I bought these 2 for big remote control cars. Not remote control cars, but ride-on cars. You know, they've had to go local because who's sitting in a box that's 6 foot?
Hey, it's Lauren. Come on now. You didn't have to do that. You're amazing. Thank you so much for the. Yeah, she didn't even say anything. That's how cool she is. She didn't even put a message. We have so many cool people. I appreciate you doing that and supporting the channel. We have Thrifty Treasures in the house. Hopefully, Tanya, you're doing good. I know, guys, go check out that interview I did with Tanya. But this show tonight is going to be about Q4. I should have said we love Q4. It's just going to be an open topic about the busy season of reselling tonight, kind of what we're doing, each one of us. And the show really is a community show, guys. It's just to get together, talk, chat. If you guys have questions in chat, I will ask Mr. Bearded Picker Scott pretty much all of them. So if you guys have any questions, he'll answer every single question. But just put a few question marks and we'll direct it towards him. And yeah, guys, so let's get started. So first and foremost, I figured it'd be a good start. And by the way, I know what you guys in chat are thinking. That this is scripted, but really it's off the fly, completely unscripted. So we're going to go and ask for, I guess the first thing, and then we can do a little thing is what part of Q4 do you guys love? We'll start with that.
Well, for me, I would say with Q4, you have toys and also pre-owned board games sell really good in Q4. Like if you can get pre-owned board games, and I always bag them up. I mean, just sales spike. And Q4 for me, and for any business, and that, any retail business, it either makes or breaks your year. And if you have a bad Q4, you're probably gonna have a bad year.
The best thing for me at Q4 is, since everything sells great, it's an opportunity for me to get rid of mistakes. Even your mistakes will sell in Q4. So it's almost not only are you having a time that everything you're buying, you're getting more money for, the velocity on both channels goes, eBay and Amazon goes way up. But you're amazed at all the stuff that you bought that were bad buys, and you thought, man, I'm never gonna make money on this. Those prices will eventually rise through Q4. So it's a good chance, even just to get your source of money back, get rid of some inventory that because people assume, oh, it's just toys that sell because everybody's buying Christmas presents. I mean, it's amazing that even like household supplies and stuff even go up during that time. And I think a lot of it is, people are ordering stuff online. They go, well, I need this. I might as well just go ahead and order this too to come on in. So it's truly, to me, it's a refreshing time that you're cleansing out all of your mistakes, but you're also hitting a lot of, it's not always about the home run. You can make a lot of money in Q4 hitting a lot of singles. So.
Yep.
I second that. So much to talk about. I'm going to mention is life is good today, guys. Let's see if you get this. Life is good. Did you see Bearded Picker's shirt? Isn't that Life is Good shirt? I could be wrong. I don't know. So life is good in Q4. So for me, Q4 is amazing. Last Q4 I was part-time. This Q4 I'm full-time. There's a lot of cool things that go on with Q4, like just even outside of your business. Like you can spend time with the family. You've got Turkey Day, which I love to eat a lot. And then you've got Christmas presents, like Halloween. Like this is the best time of year, regardless if you're selling on Q4 for family. And then you slap on top of that the fact that your phone is like chinging, off the hook, it seems. Yep. So it's like literally the best time of year. So I guess for me, before we get too deep, is I want to say, like, work hard, list as much as you can, but enjoy this time, because we all know kind of what summer does a little bit, how it's a little slower, and then you come over to the winter time, and and by the way, I want to piggyback on the fact that it's a great time since things are selling. You can remove or erase mistakes, bad buys that you did. Most of the time. So so we all said kind of how we liked Q4. And so what are we doing? What are we doing to ramp up Q4? I know that Scott, Mr. Bearded Picker, is doing eBay and Amazon and trying to find that balance, and you kind of are too, Shane. But what do you like? Give me like what are you guys doing to like crush this year, because we have a month and a half really to do that?
For me, this is the time where I list my death pile. So I've actually been working on it today. So I have a lot of electronics and stuff. I had like 2 TI-83 plus calculators. I have 2 more somewhere. All my yard sale buys that I haven't got listed, which is a ton. That's what I list during Q4. So next year I start fresh, and then I buy, and I try to list on a daily basis.
Well, for me, it's spent yesterday traveling with my brother. We went to Nashville, and he was needing some eBay inventory. I don't seem to have that problem. And then it was a real slow day at the yard sales and estate sales. We actually went to 7 estate sales, did not buy one thing. And so we switched gears to retail arbitrage at a couple of stores we really like, and it just reminded me that this is Q4. I need to put that 50-50 balance on hold until the first of the year, and just go ahead and hammer Amazon to make as much money as I can during this time. And 4.5 years of Amazon, I know what Q4 and Amazon is. I just need to get off my lazy ass and start chasing the product, which is probably what I'm going to do. So it means there are not as many. I was putting out about a video a day or so, at least 5 a week, and it's harder to do that with Amazon. So it'll be, it's going to be putting YouTube a little bit down just so that I can, chase whatever's hot. Because we had a terrible day and we ended up feeling like 3 large boxes full of crap by the time we got done last night. But it's everybody thinks, well, that's how hard can that kind of stuff be? We left my house at 4:45 and we got home last night at 11 p.m. straight, an hour drive to Nashville, and they sourced and carried on the rest of the entire day until the 2-hour drive back.
So it's safe to say that maybe it's a good time to put social media down a little bit and work as possibly hard as you can, listing, sourcing, and send stuff into Amazon, right? Guys, we all know I'm a serial Instagrammer, like almost 2 hours, and I think I need to cut that down to at least an hour and 45 minutes to be successful, because it is cutting a lot. By the way, Tanya, tacos and life and candy, huge candy lover here. Tanya, I know what kind of person you are, okay? Because I'm the same type of person. We all go and buy candy. We make this mistake. I made this mistake. I went to Walmart, bought candy, $15 a bag, 3 bags, and already 1 bag is gone. It's not even that time yet. It's bad every year. It's like literally buy candy the day before, guys. This little tip.
I only bought these $25 gummy bears, and I know better to open them because I won't get anything done. That's the gummy bears we're talking about in the audience. And for those of you who don't know, I brought those back from Colorado,
and that is spendy. So we have Mr. Moonlight says, "Sacrifice one to prosper in another." I think that's really good.
And I've done the same thing. Like I put YouTube down quite a bit. I went back to probably 1 video a week until fourth quarter's done. So,
guys, you want to know it's fourth quarter? Just stare at Rising Grind's back, the room he's in. It's like a tornado in there. He's obviously doing something good. You know when it's a tornado, something is going on over there. Okay, just go ahead and talk for a second so people can see.
So basically, behind me, all this is going to be mainly bulk buys. A lot of it's from the bins, but also bulk buys off of Craigslist. So I've been placing ads on Craigslist for 3 to 4 years, buying stuff, and I buy in pretty large quantities. The stuff I don't list, I'll just throw it out, send it to a consignment auction, or put it in my yard sale.
That's actually really good. You guys have been doing this a little bit longer than I have. So tell me, like, last year, I know that there's probably something you guys did really good for fourth quarter, but was there something that you guys kind of lacked in a little bit in fourth quarter wise? Like, for me, obviously I was part-time. I didn't put like a lot of effort into it. And not only that, I didn't have like half the store I do today. So I think I'm listing more, which is basically my regret last year, basically. So what are some things, like, what is one thing that you guys wish you would have done last year, fourth quarter wise, that you're doing this year?
I didn't drive nearly as hard last year in the fourth quarter. I got too into it's the 10th. I'm going to take the rest of the year off mode. And my sales dropped on Amazon. I sold 72,000 for the month of December. Wow. But the year before 2016, I sold 95,000 in December. So that Christmas I worked up until I think I calculated the 18th was the last day that I could sit in and get Amazon to actually send it out. And so I started marching for Phil up to like the 21st. And I decided last year, that's too much work. I'm not gonna do any of that. But when you lose 23% of your sales because you didn't push hard enough, and the one time that it really matters, kind of disappointed. In January, you're kind of disappointed at yourself, but you can't do anything about it until the next one. So that's the lesson that I'm last year, and I also kind of built up slowly. And I'm buying stuff now. Where last year I didn't even get excited about fourth quarter until the third week of November, like the Friday before Black Friday.
It's crazy to me thinking about it. Like I was thinking about the other day, I was talking to Ashley and I was like, I'm excited to go to eBay Open 2019. And I was thinking like this fourth quarter is going to be gone. And then 6 months later, we're in Vegas doing eBay Open again. It's crazy. Time flies. Like I felt like Q2 we're like, get listings in, and then Q3 happens and you're like, get listing. Now it's Q4. Like, what the heck happened in Q3? 3 months, right? And I'm curious in chat, guys. The reason I want to ask this is I'm not an Amazon expert. I think the cool thing about this panel is everybody's like, they have unique perspectives in a lot of things. Like for me, it's storage units, a little bit of vintage Nike and vintage athletic gear, and then just random stuff, right? And each one of these panels do amazing things. So we're going to have at a full panel, we're going to have us 3 and 2 others, and then we're going to invite a guest to every show, or try to. And I think that's going to be really cool to get different perspectives. But we have 83 people watching. I'm curious. Type 1 in chat if you sell on Amazon. I really want to know out of everybody in chat if you guys sell on Amazon, or primarily if you sell on eBay. But type 1 in chat if you sell on Amazon. And I'm curious only because Q4 is here. And then also, guys, smash the like button while I've got you. Give it a thumbs up if you possibly can, so more people can discover this really cool show that we have. But we have a lot of ones already, actually.
Hey, Wade, got a quick question for you. Are we going to show off some items at the end, each of us?
Yeah. Guys, do you see this? Do you see your back?
Yeah.
We have a lot.
I just found a crazy vintage Nike shirt. I got to show you at the end. It's going to be awesome.
I think it'd be really cool to incorporate. I'm kind of excited to see what Scott brings, because he's got some crazy stuff back there. We're lame. We're like, but he has like all this cool stuff. We should definitely do. Remember, guys, the show's only had 3 episodes so far, so we're still evolving. But we should definitely do a little haul each episode to get in perspective. But I am not going to do as much Amazon this year as I thought I was. But Scott, do you have like another? I'm assuming you have another couple trips planned out to go sourcing, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the road probably 4 more times between now and the end of the year. Every other week. I know I'll do Nashville next weekend, so that'll be with everybody at the reseller gathering, and that'll be more about just more about the experience of spending time with other resellers. That'll be like my kind of time to refresh, because after that, I mean, it really that Monday I'll plan on going somewhere. I'm not sure where. I'm usually never sure where until like 2 days before. It's just, but a lot of it, I need to do some research to figure out what I think is going to be some of the hot items. And because yesterday the items we found stuff that sold in 2015 that me and my brother eventually were the only sellers, and now there's nobody on there. Nobody has sold these items in a year, and we found 27 of them. So that's what really got us. That was the first store we hit, and we're like, man, what are we doing messing around with this used stuff? Let's do RA the rest of the day. Yeah. And it gets very infectious. So that's probably 4 trips every other week is probably gonna be a trip.
When I when I do retail arbitrage for Amazon and even sometimes eBay, I get like this natural high when you find the item, and then you're like, crap, I need to get to the other locations as fast as I possibly humanly can, right? Mm. And then you're bummed out when you go to those locations and they don't have any. I sometimes will call ahead if it's like video games or something. I'll call ahead and have them see if they can like hold it for me, so I don't have to waste time going there if they don't have any. But it's a great time of that. I mean, used clothing definitely takes a back seat. New stuff sells really well, unless it's like maybe vintage or one-offs, right? But you kind of want to get that retail arbitrage going fourth quarter. New shoes do really well. People like to get those bad boys. Shane, show me that shirt that you got going on.
All right, let me get it real quick.
And the one thing though that I identify a toy or two or something I'm chasing, but that doesn't mean I don't generally call ahead, because I pick up a lot of other stuff while I'm there too. So I've generally got a list of stuff that I'm operating off of. So if I'm looking for 10 things, 1 or 2 of them will be the huge money makers, and the rest of them are going to be stuff I pick up to make money on. And so just because they don't have the main item doesn't mean that I won't stop somewhere because you pick up all the secondary items.
And guys, you probably drink a lot more coffee fourth quarter. A little less TV. Maybe get like a alarm clock going a little bit.
Here's Use some caffeine pills if you don't drink coffee.
Espresso.
Dude, are you afraid of your heart exploding with those things? Man, you don't.
If it does, it's been a good run. So there you go.
Hey, I didn't know that your brother actually did this with you. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, we spent the year of 2016, the first year he retired. He's a retired police officer, and I moved here. We went on every trip together. We spent a solid year sourcing, and people go, how could two people source the same stuff? And I made more money that year than higher sales on Amazon than any other year. There's a lot to somebody else pushing you and feeding off from each other. And we would just meet at the cash register. We go to the stores and he go one way, I go the other. We meet at the cash register. We just split everything up and then go pay for it and go to the next one. I mean, you cover about the same ground because you cover the stores twice as fast, so when you get to a store, you're in and out of it so much faster because two people go one way and come back and meet in the middle. I don't have to cover this part of the store because I know he's looked good. He's pretty anal about looking for stuff. So
I wanted to ask. I was going to ask about that if you didn't bring that up, like strategy wise, like what you guys do, because I think that would be really cool to find somebody local and do that with and just split the cost because you have a good time doing it. Like you said, the energy's there, and I think you probably even like sourced longer having somebody with you than you would if you were alone. I mean, I could be wrong, right?
He never wants to stop.
Well, and necessarily so Adam's usually on Scott's show a lot in the morning show, and he met me in my city. It was a month back, and there was a big store closing. So we met each other there, and we were sourcing for Amazon, and the stuff I was restricted in, I was giving him. The stuff he was restricted in, he was giving me. So it kind of played out pretty even.
Mark, Kmart's is closing down close to me. I know a lot of people's already closed down. Did your guys is close to you by chance?
All of mine had closed down already.
By close to me, you mean the entire state? There is not a Kmart open in Alabama.
Yeah, I was surprised it lasts so long. It closed down. I mean, it's in the process of closing down. So I've been going there and looking, but yeah, it's. I thought all of them had. I mean, I knew this one was open. I thought they were just going to keep like a select few, and then mine ended up closing down. But any Kmart's in your guys' locations that are still up and running? I'm curious. If any of you guys have any Kmart's going in your area, and if you guys have questions, like I said, Scott's here all night, so make sure you put a lot of question marks, and we'll get those answered. Yeah,
there was a question up earlier. Someone asked what happened in the first quarter. Is everything die? Die is the wrong word. It's slows down to a normal pace of sales. Is more like Amazon. The prices come more to realistic prices. That they're not the balloon prices of the fourth quarter. But the people that tell you that they struggle in the first quarter, they struggle in the summer, are the ones that don't put the work in those quarters. They come out with money from the fourth quarter and they relax, or they get the same thing now. Why is the summer a little slower? Because families are on vacation, people are out, people's schedules are all different, and so you're distracted from your business. And if you don't list to the summer, you're not going to sell to the summer. And so I don't believe sales die. I don't subscribe to any of those theories. You control your effort and your work effort, and you're rewarded from your effort. I don't believe in luck. I don't believe in any of that stuff. I believe in you earn what you get.
We have a comment, and I have over 500 new attack items to list. Just can't get motivated. Do we need caffeine pills? Because I know somebody that's got them.
Motivation for me, a lot of resellers seem to have a little bit of motivation problems, and so kind of how I curb that is, first off, I have a private YouTube account, and it's just my account, and I built a playlist on there of some really awesome music that's motivating, that gets me motivated, and I'll play it while I list or while I take pictures. The other thing that gets me motivated is I have a lister, which I didn't have last year, so I just take the pictures and I'm pretty much done with it. And that's worked out pretty well for me.
I think that's really good. I motivated. So first, you got to understand like there's a lot that goes to it. I don't think there's like any one way that you can fix motivation problems. Q4 though, if there's any time that you got to get things going, it's definitely now. And Q3 and even Q1 does pretty well. But let me explain. So you got to understand like what's not making you motivated. I think that I know that's real basic, but that's one thing that and we're only real with ourselves. You got to be real with yourself. Figure out, why am I not motivated? Is it the fact that a lot of times you're not motivated because you already have another job, and then you feel like doing this is another job. So that's really common. So you're a part-time seller and you already have another job, and you're like, well, I got to do all this, and you're not motivated because it's another part. You think it's another part of your job. I think that's the most common. Another thing too is if you're not motivated, you got to figure out, okay, do I really want this? And if you do, figure out things that you can cut out. Like for example, me, there's only like 5. I know it sounds like a lot, but some are not on the air right now. There's only like 5 shows I cannot do without, and everything else I cut out. One of those is Game of Thrones, and it goes on and on and on, right? But there's 5 shows I cannot do without, but try to cut out things that aren't benefiting you. And I know it sounds really basic, but that helped me a lot. And then also wake up a few hours earlier than you're used to. But try to get enough sleep, because I know Mr. Bearded Picker is like a vampire over there, and he sleeps a few hours a day. Who knows? He may be 200 years old, and that's why he's crushing it, because he's so wise and he doesn't sleep. But or it's the caffeine pills. That could have been it too. I didn't know that until this show. But yeah, try to cut out things that are hindering you or slowing you down. I know it's easier. Somehow got to get motivated, and I think one way to do that is to get upbeat. I listen to upbeat music. I have a playlist too. But yeah, it's tough. But if there's any time you got to break through that mold, it's now. I think the cool thing too that helps is like everybody says get an accountability partner, and I think that's great. But see if you can involve somebody like in your inner circle that you see on a day-to-day basis that's like a family member or your wife or your husband. See if they can help you get motivated in the sense that maybe the biggest thing that's holding you back is like there's something that you're really not great at, like you don't like listing. So try to find that hole, see if somebody can help you list. Like I think once you find that thing that you don't like doing and you delegate that somewhere else, then you'll find that you can ease up. But anyways, went on a tangent. Who knows? What about you, Scott? What makes you motivated? What are you gonna do to stay motivated right now when that phone is blowing up?
So the one thing that I would tell you that you gotta understand what the why is. Why do you do this? And focus on why. Why can't be money. It may be money for the fourth quarter, or why you're going to push harder. But is it the lifestyle that you like? That not having a boss, working full time for yourself. There's family. You got to support your family. You've got to make a listing. You got to make a living. When you're struggling, when all is fails, you got to remember why. You got to start focusing on why you do this. What are the benefits? What are the reasons you are doing this, and how does it benefit you? And that truly it should be motivating. I don't want to go work for somebody else. I'd be a terrible employee now that I've been working for myself for so long. I was already a terrible employee, but I'd be a worse one. And so it's a matter of focusing on goals, yes, but I got to start with the why. Why am I doing this, and then go from there.
Let me kind of piggyback on that, and I want to kind of relay something, because I did a video on this a couple of weeks ago, and so for me, there's not really any secret sauce to this. I get lots of emails and people reaching out to me, and they ask me, "Hey, how do you do this?" Or I've gotten questions on, I don't have any money. How can I get into reselling? So that's perfect, because mostly what motivates me is hunger, and you either have that or you don't. And why I say that is I grew up super poor. I've been on food stamps. I've been on whatever else. And if you're hungry, you can rise above it. And that's really what it's about. And if you don't have that hunger, then you got to find it.
There's always a really cool thing that I need to do more of. My boss told me about it, and they're in Portland, Oregon, which is where I'm at. There's a lot of homeless, and they go and they buy during Black Friday a ton of these socks. Like, just, because we all know Black Friday is all about the socks, right, guys? If you're not reselling it, and he'll grab a bunch of socks and give it to like charities and the homeless, and it really puts things in perspective. Like, we are any one of us could end up like that. I guarantee there's a lot of homeless people in my area that, out of the many that are in my area, I bet some of them were millionaires at one point. I promise you that. Now they're homeless. So for some reason or another, we do have a question up here, and it's for it. It has Scott in quotations, so I got to have him answer it. Okay, does a counterfeit claim that is unproven hurt your account? The company told Amazon my Walmart purchased items were fake.
It can if you get more than a few of them. One or two, you generally are okay if they're spread out, especially. If it's Walmart's receipt should say exactly what you bought, and as long as you send them the receipt, it has to have some way to identify you. The easiest way to do that is if you make your purchases with a credit card that you also have on file with Amazon, they can match up the last four and see your name. They can see the item, and you can place a number on it. Generally, that is good enough to do authenticity. It's not good enough to get ungated, and it doesn't all work with authenticity, but 9 out of 10 times. And if they don't take it one time, send it again. Let another set of eyes on it. Just because you get a no from Amazon, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't mean a lot, because the next customer service rep will tell you something different. It's the same as eBay. It's a lot of it's a luck of the draw with the and then if you also got emails, from companies threatening, I'd attach them too.
Same exact concept with eBay. When you get like a negative review and you think you're definitely in the right, it's weird. You get, possibly you get a rep that says no, or maybe they're about ready to go on the lunch break and eat the most amazing sandwich ever. And then they just tell you no just because it's quicker, but then you call back and you get somebody that's already back off their lunch that already had that amazing sandwich, which is, could possibly say yes. So I think that's a good tip. It's a good tip. What about, okay, let's see the shirts. Let's see the shirt.
All right. So this is a pretty cool. This is like my first really neat vintage Nike find. So here's the tag. First off, it says, I don't know if you can see it, but it says made in the USA, all that stuff.
Yep.
So the back of it, it has the big Nike across the back logo. The big swoosh. Now what's awesome about that is a basketball camp t-shirt from Rutgers University. And it has Teresa Grintz, which was the head coach for Rutgers women's basketball. She also coached at the University of Illinois and I believe LSU. And so it's just a really cool Nike shirt. I did a little research, and there's a bunch of like basketball camp t-shirts on eBay. Not a bunch, probably a couple.
Did you find it? Is it 93, right around that period?
I did not find a year, but I did a little research on the tag. So there's a website I use for the tags. And if you just type in like vintage Nike tags, it'll come up, and it's like a timeline of the tags. So it's either really early 90s or late 80s. 80, probably like 88 to maybe 92, 93, with the Nike gray red tag. So I did a little research, and so from what I found is, I don't know how it works now, but before, just like anything, universities could reach out to Nike and get them printed. And, so that's where a lot of the basketball camp t-shirts actually come from. So it was just a really cool find. And I think I've seen some. I don't have any. There's none like this one. I've seen some selling anywhere from 80 to 140.
I would start a high, move down. Like, I have a lot of the blue tag, which is like 80s, definitely 80s. And then that's why I thought that possibly maybe like a 93 or something. But it could be earlier. Who knows? That I like the print on that. You get a lot. It's funny. You get like even newer Nike, but a lot of the older Nike, you do get a lot of the colleges. But more importantly, sometimes you can get some of the newer Nike. You can get like corporate companies like that have their logos on there, and it's. I sold. What did I sell? Oh, it was a gosh, what was it Buschheim or some beer company? I can't remember. A new Nike with their logo on it.
Nice.
For $30. But yeah, that's an awesome piece. I like the. I sold a few of those, but nothing like the front graphics that's on there.
Yeah, but it's gonna be like I think 89 to 93. I think 89 was like maybe the start of this tag, and I think 9 to 93 or something like that. But there's a timeline you can use.
Dude, that is sweet. You're gonna get now. The question is are you gonna flat lay it or put it on a mannequin?
Oh no, I'm gonna. So here's what I do in my pictures for clothing. I flat lay and pictures first, and then I put it on a mannequin. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. So I'll flat lay and take a picture of the front and back, and then I'll throw it on a mannequin.
So there's a little we're getting a little off topic, but it may help people. I found this really cool eBay store. I can't say the name because I don't want to they didn't give me permission, but they have a really high sell-through rate. And what they do basically is they take. I know this sounds a little bit like, they sell a lot of higher end clothes like vintage stuff. So what they do is they take pictures on the mannequin, then they'll take a couple pictures flat laid, and then what they'll do is they'll put it in the clear poly bags and then take one picture of that. And they say that putting it in the bag that it's actually going to be delivered in helps them tremendously. Like they feel like they have a better sell-through rate because people they know like you're taking care of the item. It's in the clear poly bag, and that's how they're going to receive it.
Nice.
I thought it was a really cool idea. Like before you shove it in the bin, just take one picture with it in the poly bag. I don't know.
That is a good idea. I like that. I might start using it.
Because they can kind of get an idea in their mind, like psychologically, that's what they're going to. So.
Yeah, so just following up. So William Smith evidently his is the same company mine was. Bulkhead, they are the world's worst low life scumbag. Everything you can think of on Christmas Vacation when he goes through all the names of what the guy is, that's what they are. Basically, the way Bulkhead works is Bulkhead sends a complaint that yours is not authentic to Amazon. Amazon throws a red flag up and charges you with this and tells you to prove it. Meanwhile, Bulkhead sends you a form saying that in order to prevent this in the future, if you fill out this form and send it back to us, tell us where you got it and fill out this form, we will take your name. We will remove the complaint. The form, if you read it, says that if for any reason on Amazon that you list another Bulkhead item, you are subject to penalties and fines directly to them up to $100,000 per item.
Wow.
That's Bulkhead, and they are crooked as they come. Low life.
That's crazy.
I got two out of three of mine taken off that were Bulkhead. I got 3 in the same week from Bulkhead.
So this is why we want to have this show. We're gonna have 5 people on here. You guys want to go through the panel real quick? The 2 others are not here. Lauren, and we have Liquidation Ohio. They're amazing, and so that's why we have this show, guys. That's why we have topics, because your boy Wade over here learns too. All right, I'm a learner. So I think that's really good. I'll look out for that because
there are some lists around. You can find them on if you search for Facebook of companies that to stay from. And Bulkhead's high on most everybody's list. There are other companies like that are very aggressive in that way.
As seen on TV stuff, you told me we talked about this before. You said that's a big no-no because I picked up an item and I sent you a picture and you're like, "Don't buy it."
So, Mr. Rusted Raccoon, my boy Raccoon over there says he got suspended for 3 days. Did you explain why you got suspended? All right, go ahead, Bearded. Show us this.
I was going to show you. Bulkhead does these star showers. They do a lot of ads on TV. You can see them right here where it says Bulkhead. That's their logo. That's their logo right there.
Yeah.
So Bearded, tell me so you don't recommend people pick those up at all, or do you recommend they pick it up and then they just show proof of it to them?
I would not. I don't mess with it because you could be like me and have one that's stuck that I couldn't get rid of it. So I've got one counterfeit claim on my account. It's over a year old now, so I don't think it would do anything. But there's certain things you don't mess with. My belief, and most people tell you the same thing. There's so many products on Amazon that when you find companies that are being difficult, or you find products that are difficult, move on. Don't waste your time worrying about it. Don't cry about spilled milk. And if you ever get a chance to tell somebody how wrong they are, assholes. We should tell everybody, but it shouldn't affect your life. I still pick up their stuff. If it's a good deal on eBay, I'll sell it on eBay. I've sold those things I bought for. I think I had like 40 of them. I paid like $6 a piece for them.
Wow.
I've been selling them. That's the last one I've sold. I've sold them all except for the 2 that I sold on Amazon before it went crazy.
I actually think I picked up a bunch of those from the Dollar Tree. I'm gonna go check real quick. I'm curious if they're
Nice.
They make a couple of them. They also make one that goes over your Christmas tree. There's 2 or 3 different. I've still got some of the one for the Christmas tree left.
And those star showers, like 2 years ago, they were the hot item. Like you could not find them in stores at all.
Yeah, and they were commanding about $120 a piece.
Yeah, 2 years ago, like you wouldn't find one in a store. Like Target was sold out. Like every store that carried them was just sold out.
Yes, Lizanne, they're not part of Hero. You can sell them on eBay all you want
Oh my gosh, guys! Seriously, good thing we had this show today. So I picked up a bunch of these for $1. I was gonna hold them until next year because they're kind of flooded.
I remember that video. Yeah.
Yeah, Dollar Tree.
Bulb head, dude. What?
Bulb head.
So I can't. Yeah, these are. I'm not gonna be sending these into Amazon.
Yeah, especially does Dollar Trees show you exactly what you bought? Oh, not to mention if you held them that long, your receipts for Amazon cannot be more than a year old. So if you waited a year and then sold them and then they did a complaint against you, you couldn't get rid of it because your receipt would be too old.
That is a major tip. That is a major tip. I have like 100 of these things.
eBay 'em, for sure.
Yeah, they're not worth. Well, I mean, I'm sure that it'll be better, but right now everybody's got them from the Dollar Tree. So, darn it, gosh. Okay. I tell you,
they make a lot of ad seen on TV stuff, so you have to be very wary. I very rarely will send anything ad seen on TV to Amazon just because other companies that same bulb had made some copper mugs or something that was supposed to keep drinks hot and cold or whatever. If you've seen it on a commercial for TV, yeah, I ran into a store that had all 80% off, and so I bought several of them.
Well, and you know, like what was it, like 2 weeks ago? I was at Dollar General and they have these as seen on TV copper, or it was like a waistband for women or something, and I sent him a picture. They were selling for $49 on Amazon, and it was like $5, or no, it was $10. And I sent him a picture, and he's like, "Don't buy those. That's the same thing I got an IP claim on."
all right, guys, if we can get to 60 likes, I will pick a random person and they'll get a free bulb head. Courtesy of the show, they'll get a free ball. I'll ship it to you free. You'll get a free dog cleaner bulb head product if we get to 60 likes. And we will give it away free. Seriously, guys. Maybe we give a few away free.
It's not everything. Some of the companies will reach out and ask you if you take down, they won't bother you. Those are kind of actually the nice ones in the group. And with those, I don't argue with them. I just say, all right, I'm off the listing. I've taken it down. No problem. They won't chase you to eBay. So just sell on eBay and be done with it. But you had some of them. What was it called? It was that it makes an eyeglass figure or whatever it is, the shrinking control top, whatever they were, that thing you found. What was it?
Who was it? Wade found it or I found it?
What did you find?
It was I can't remember what it is, but it was something. It sold for really good money.
Yeah, it's called the Mist Belt.
Yeah, the Mist Belt.
Mist Belt. He sent me a picture of it. I'm like, no, I've already had trouble with him.
Yeah, it's like a belt that a woman can put on her waist, and it slenders it or whatever. It's like a corset type thing.
So Mark said, will I get a free dog with it as well?
Free dog.
Now, is Ashley my wifey in chat? We have 3. Quite possibly. So we'll see. We'll see about that. You may get a dog with your dog washer.
Yeah, but if you've got any questions about a brand or whatever, there's several Facebook groups that have long lists of these companies. And if you got a question, you can always shoot it to me. You don't have to tell me what the item is. I could care less. It's more about the brand. A lot of these companies are like small high-end makeup companies are very particular. I've heard Mary Kay goes after people because they're trying to find out if you're actually one of their approved sellers. And if you are, then you're not allowed to do it anyway. There's just random companies.
What about Chanel? Oh wait, was that an eBay thing? That was an eBay thing. Never mind.
And something like a CoverGirl, Never Selling, or Maine. Those are two of the most counterfeited cosmetics in the world. There's no way that you ever sell those on.
Yeah.
eBay, sure, because the trouble that you can get in is not great. In 3 or 7 days is not great. Amazon, you're gonna risk your account over some of these stupid stuff. That's why I tell you, you don't whine about it, don't complain about it, just don't sell it and move on.
That's why I stick with books, Scott. I'm too afraid to go hardcore arbitrage. Like I'll pick up a few things here and there. Like I picked up some plush things and sent them in, sold out of them all already. Within like 3 days, I picked up some stuff here and there, but I mainly do books because it's safe.
So, does anybody know what the hot toy is going to be this year? No, nobody. What about in chat? Anybody know what the hot toy is going to be this year? Can you give us some nuggets?
If you do, I would mention it.
I will say one thing. I will say one thing. So every Christmas, Target, I know because I used to be an executive at Target, an executive manager. They come out with one really, really hot set of Advent calendar socks. Last year it was Harry Potter, and they sold out in less than a day. All the Targets, 2,200 locations, none of them had them.
Yeah, I might have found a couple of those. And there was some other ones too. There was Wonder Woman or somebody had some.
Yeah, it was something that they had like 2 or 3, but the Harry Potter was the hottest. I mean, it was like gone and right when they got it in and set it out.
Can you guys tell me? I'm curious. I am curious. Like, tell me, what do you guys do on Black Friday? Like, give me like the breakdown. You have your coffee, you walk out of the house. Like, give me an idea of what you did on Black Friday last year.
I actually worked because I was still in retail. This year, I'm not in retail, and I'm probably gonna stay home.
I went to one store.
So no sourcing on Black Friday?
I went to the one store nobody was at because I think I was the one in Walgreens while everybody else was chasing everything up. Walgreens for like the last 5 or 6 years has put all the extra toys they put on the other side of the toy aisle, they put on half price for those 3 days. And so I might have gone to 100, 150 Walgreens each of the last 3 or 4 Black Friday. Just line them all up and just go. Like I'll go to this. I'm probably gonna be in Atlanta this Black Friday and just start going to them. You'll be looking around and I'll be pushing a basket or two and there'll be nobody else in the whole store. It'll be awesome.
I may do Walgreens this year on Black Friday, but the thing is,
you gotta be fast though.
Yeah,
you gotta realize the one nice thing about Walgreens is a lot of their toys are these name brands that are restricted. So as I'm buying a lot of this stuff, this year especially because they've restricted a lot more than they did last year, that I'll film it while I'm in there. I'll film what I've picked because I know when I tell people what it is, unless you've got an account that's got some experience with it and can get ungated, most of those toys you're going to be gated in.
What I like though after Black Friday is an influx and clearance, and that's what I like because after Black Friday you get this huge influx and clearance because all these companies have overbought.
So let me rephrase that. I'm not giving you the playbook, but Scott is giving you the playbook. So not only you can go to Walgreens, you can purchase milk, toys, get your prescription on Black Friday, everything you need, and there won't be a soul in the store.
You don't have to worry about ads. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff because every store is going to be the same. It's going to be all the things they've got half price. But the price will drop fast. You better get them in fast. So I will. Okay, so here's the real secret. They don't close. I'll be buying these on Thanksgiving. I'll be buying them on Thursday. And I'll be shipping on Friday.
Oh, Can we drop a mic here? You guys have any lessons mics we can drop? Anything? That was on the Wade's Ventures channel, guys. Hey, seriously, these two make me look good. I sit back here and do nothing. Unless it's like a storage unit question, which is virtually never. You guys never have any storage unit questions.
And I love storage units too, by the way. I just don't buy any. I believe it or not, I was actually doing full-time storage units back in 2005. I had just gotten laid off from my job, and I did nothing but buy storage units, and I didn't even put it on YouTube. And I think I bought one in the last 3 years, maybe.
I wish I would have put the Nike unit on there. I would have got 1 million hits, I promise you.
That's awesome.
It would have literally got 1 million hits, but I wasn't even thinking about YouTube at that point.
I'll tell you the things that I know that people that are very successful of Black Friday and Thursday are people that scour the ads, have a plan, but you got to understand Q4 is not about the home runs. Q4 is about singles and doubles, maybe some triples. If you chase the home runs, you're gonna be like a dog chasing his tail.
Yeah.
It's how many doubles can you hit? How many times can you buy something for $5 and sell it for 20? How many times can you double your profit money? That's where you make money in Q4. You make it on you go into Walgreens this week and look at the toys and go, well, damn, I can't see any money in these toys. Realizing that as Black Friday approaches, the prices are going to go up, and then they're going to cut them in half and go, well, if I only paid half price, there's great money in this. And then take the fact that they're gated. So if you're going to do like a Target ad or a Walmart ad, have a plan. Have somebody go with you. Mm-hmm. If you want more than 1 or 2 or 3 items, each one of you dividing, you got to get in these lines. But have some kind of plan that you work off of. I would tell you that categories like kitchen and those and the home categories are the largest categories on Amazon outside of books. Nobody goes to Target or Walmart to buy the deal on the little pots or whatever, or the Tupperware or the Rubbermaid. But everybody buys that stuff over and over and over, because how many times you have the little bitty one and none of the rest of them because you can't find a list for them, but you got the little bitty one that you can put like 2 gummy bears in. Everybody has that, like 100 of that one. So you got to look at the ad and think completely different. Yeah. If everybody's going this way and everybody wants the cheap laptop that ain't worth a crap to begin with, because they've got a $199 laptop to get you in the door, or get some people in the door, or a TV they've put down that's some brand you've never heard of before. Look in there, Rubbermaid. Look in there at stuff that at the other parts of the ad and go figure out what it's worth, and look at the prices on Camel and some of the other things. See what the price is going to rise to. You'll be amazed at the money you can make on items. And kitchen is not gated. Home is generally not gated. There's not a lot of products in those categories that they'll let you sell that stuff. So if you're a new seller, so sports is another good equipment, not a good sports equipment, but a good category, because it's another one that have a lot of gatings, except for anything to do with the Major League Baseball, any of the leagues, National Football League, all those sports leagues have signed contracts with Amazon. So, but anything else wide open.
So, what do you think about this? I just thought about it. I haven't done it yet, but like, if it's smaller, like, come January, people are all about like losing weight. So possibly look out for really good deals in bulk that are not massive equipment, like sports or fitness equipment. And what do you think about like finding good deals on that too over the course of the next couple months, and then hoarding it until January hits? You got to be a little careful, obviously, but yeah, maybe even for eBay too. Like it's kind of the same concept for cleats and stuff. Like I'll buy a lot of I know that they're not like popping off really good, but $2 or $3 for clearance Nike shoes, like I'll sell those all day long for 30, 35, $40, and November, December is right when they clearance them all on the Ross stores. So I think it's also look for Q4 stuff, but also keep your eye out, maybe save a little bit of capital for stuff that pops off for like maybe January or December next year, that are on clearance?
Well, one thing is I found so about 4 years ago, I made some crazy money selling the DVD Insanity on eBay. Now it's a Vero. You can't sell it, so don't try. But I was buying, so it was when Insanity like 5 years ago when it was popular. Same kind of concept that Wade's trying to say. It was around January, December, and all these people were buying Insanity online through the Insanity app. And then I was coming back and giving them like 20-30 bucks for complete sets and flipping them for like 100. And I was doing it over and over and over. And I probably just on that DVD alone, that set made like $4,000 in a month just selling that set.
That's great. That's good money.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask people in chat this question because I think it's very interesting. I want to ask this question, and we like to ask interesting questions on this channel. So guys, before I ask this question, everybody in chat, be honest with yourself and be honest with everybody. I'm curious. So type 1 in chat if you are where you think you need to be to do well fourth quarter. So if you think you have been listing your butt off or sending stuff into Amazon, if you think mentally you put in the time, then type 1. If you think you're lagging behind for any reason, type 2. So if you think that you're not mentally where you thought you would be, type 2. And I'm curious to see the responses 1s and 2s. We have some guy named Bearded Picker -1. But type 1 and 2. I'm curious to see what your guys' thought process is. Do you think you're doing well and you are where you need to be? That's going to be number 1. Do you think you need improvement? And do you think you're starting to get kind of late to the game and time is slipping? Type 2.
Okay, so here's another example of thinking differently, even if you're not with the right. There was another YouTuber. Most everybody probably knows Golden Finger for Chad. In 2015, I believe it was the Christmas of 15 or 14. I'm not sure which one it was. He told everybody how much he and his wife loved the Christmas blend coffee. It only come out once a year, and they made a big deal about it. And that was the year that they made these gift sets where you could buy the mug and the coffee together. And they said these things after Christmas you can already make money on them now. They're probably going to be outstanding. So a lot of people bought those things without really thinking too much about it, and then ended up losing money on them or not making any money or tying up money. And so Chad catches hell about this all the time. But I look at it, I mean, he does. He
does, yeah.
You ask Chad about Christmas blend coffee, and other than his wife absolutely loves it, then he starts on a rant. But I looked at it and go, well, what? I don't like that one. Let's look at the rest of the stuff. And the Keurig cups, the K cups, have a short date on them. And or I guess it was around December 14th or 13th, online they slashed the price by like 70%. And my wife called it and she's like, was this what you were looking at? I'm like, oh yeah, how much are they? And she's like, they're like $6. And you can put 2 together and get like 37.
Wow.
And I'm like, 12 to 37. I'm like, we had cases and cases of stuff come in. It would come in one day. I'd spend the night boxing it up and it'd go out the next day. And then I set my repricer low and got rid of it so I wouldn't be close on the dates. And everybody is bitching about it. Everybody's complaining to Chad they can't sell their gift sets. And I just focused on the coffee and the cakes, the regular coffee. And I ended up making like $2,600. Most of you know Dusty, Alabama Picker. He made more money than I did. He made like close to $4,000 on it because I was in North Carolina. He was here. I didn't know him at the time. And we both did the exact same thing. Both did the exact same thing. And I was pretty weird, but he sunk a lot more money in. He has daily payouts. So as it was sold, he pay out and order more. I don't have daily payouts. So he was able to order faster than I was. But just because somebody says something doesn't mean that product's going to be great. Doesn't mean that product's going to flop. But look at the overall, just because I didn't like the gift sets doesn't mean you discount the whole line. I mean, there's something that you can be completely different. That's just a different way of looking at something.
Exactly. I'll drop a huge. I'm getting a lot of feedback.
I'm muted.
Yeah, me too. I'm muted.
Okay, cool. All right. No feedback now. No. So I'll drop a huge nugget here. So closer to Christmas, okay? Target every week picks one item to discount around 70%. Last year it was Beats by Dre, and it was the $400 wireless, really nice Beats, and it's 70% plus your 5% red card discount. So you could actually 65 to 75% off on those and flip them for some pretty good money. Can
you talk about the red card discount too, so people may not know about that?
Yeah, so if you go to Target and you sign up for a red card, you can either sign up for a credit card or a debit card. The debit card can link directly to your checking account. That's just what I have. So it just comes right out of my checking account. And you get 5% off on every single purchase in the store, period. Every purchase.
Yeah, I did the same. Mine goes right straight to my business debit. So,
yep.
And I did use it to buy the, I don't know where it is right now, but the GoPro 7, we got 5% off the GoPro 7.
I did it too, 5%.
Like, go buy the Target user card. I'm like, damn, didn't think of it. Okay, that's 5%.
That's what I told him. Like, get the red card. He's like, what are you talking about? You save 5%.
Is there any other? Can you guys think of any other like things along that line that you can share that can help people? Like, is there any websites or other credit cards or other like store discounts that you guys can think of?
Well, the other reason I did Walgreens the last few years is because Walgreens has their card. So every time I buy stuff, I get points on that stuff. And as you collect 40,000 points, you get $50 off. But they have changed their plan as of November 1st, where you can only redeem $5 at a time per transaction. But it's still $5. But, you know, it's disappointing because I'd get done and I'd have like, I don't know, $300 free because I'd bought so much crap. But and because one of those last year, the year before last, they put 10 times points on the same week as the week they cut everything in half. I'm like, oh my god, I got crazy points.
That is crazy. They tailored that rule just because of Scott.
Because of me, I ruined
Thanks,
it.
Scott. Thanks.
Scott, do you have? Real quick, gift card guys. Let me ask that same question. Anybody in chat? You guys have any kind of websites or credit cards or any kind of discount things that you can put in chat for everybody?
You mentioned a good one, gift card granny. If you buy gift cards, I like to buy their physical gift cards. You buy them at a discount. So you know walking in the store, you've already saved that much money on top of what you're buying. So I do use gift granny quite a bit. You'll find the more popular stores, the discount's not as great. But there's a couple stores I used to buy. I'd get like 14 or 15% off. And it was nice walking in the door knowing that I had these gift cards and I had a savings card that I got 20% off, and I bought the gift card at 15% off, and it's a store I've been to like 3,000 of. So I saved a lot of money and made a lot of money by using the gift cards.
Do you, Scott? Do you have any stock? Like, do you invest in Walgreens?
Nah, I should. You know, they probably look at my account's probably flagged every time everybody uses it. They go, "Damn, he's at it again."
Yeah. If you guys have any websites, anything that you like, I know that a lot of people during the holiday season will not just go to these brick and mortar locations, but they will also shop online. So if there's some cool websites that you guys can recommend for that in chat, let me know. I wanted to ask you guys, for chat too, what's your guys' thought process on Sears? Like, where do you think that's going to go? And do you think you can benefit fourth quarter this year for them, filing bankruptcy? Any knowledge within Sears, guys?
So I have a lot of retail knowledge in general. I spent 9 years in retail, several years in corporate with 4 or 5 different companies. And so the Sears will definitely use a liquidation company. And so there's two ways a store will close. They'll do it themselves or they'll use a liquidation company. If they use a liquidation company, expect anywhere from 3 to 5 months to wait for the last week of the sale. And Toys R Us, same thing. Liquidation company, they held on for months. My technique for this is wait to the last day and find the manager of the liquidation company. I did almost 5 gondolas of toys at Toys R Us for 99% off.
Yeah, because they're gonna take it to maximum, whatever they maximum sold those items at Sears, and even at 50% off, you can still buy them cheaper most of the time online. So you've almost got to get to 80% off where it's viable.
They'll mark it up.
Toys R Us is a little different because toys, there's a collectability factor and a people think something is rare even though they've made millions of them. That's just harder to find than normal. Sears and Tools, on the other hand, as long as there's Home Depot and Lowe's and some of these other places, Tools and Craftsman are now available in lots of places. They've sold off some of the branding. So I'm not excited about it. I mean, I had to see because they've been around my entire life, but
yep,
that's what you get when you don't change.
I worked at Sears for 3 years, guys. It was one of the first jobs I did. Yeah, it was. So I worked in Brea, California, at the Brea Mall, and I worked there for 1.5 years. I was like a cashier, and then I actually worked there in Oregon for 1.5 years. And then, selling lawnmowers. So it is sad to see, but yes, to your point, if you don't change, I think that the thing too is just like we're creatures of habit. Like 9 times out of 10, nobody's going to change their habits, but you need if you don't have something that's working, you got to change. I want to really quick. I saw when I asked that question, do you guys feel that you are ready or that you have been putting in the work to do well this year? Because we are at the home stretch here. I mean, this is fourth quarter. This is going to be great. And a lot of you guys put 2s that you were not ready. So my question to you guys is, what are you going to do to get ready? Because nobody can change but you guys. I think that's really important. There's a lot of stuff that I need to change to do better this year, the next few months. So for everybody that put 2s, because I think it was like an overwhelming amount of 2s, what are you going to do now to impact it? Because it's not too late.
I think I think Q4 is one of those things where you can never be ready enough. And what I mean by that is depends on how much you want to grow your business. Q4 is the way to do it. So if you think you're ready, then I think you've really gotten a little bit complacent. You know what I mean?
So I think Q2 is also a good time to learn like new categories because the risk goes down because most every item, or not most every, but a vast majority of items you can make money on a break even. And so as long as you understand that the prices will return to a normal price range for new items after the first of the year, it's a good time to experiment with other items when there's not as much risk. So you can have all kinds of different strategies. You can do a lot of things in Q4 that you can't do other times.
Do you guys have like a schedule for the next like couple months? I know that you're planning on going out about 4 more times and just got to find that deal. But until then, are you still going to like your local stores? Like, you guys probably don't have Fred Meyer's. You have Walmart's over there, right?
Yeah. I got Walmart's, Target's, and then Meijer stores, which I go to a lot. The clearance there, super good.
What about you, Scott? What kind of retail do you, or what kind of big box stores do you guys have?
Walmart, Target.
All the same then. Yeah, we have Fred Meyer's. They're kind of like a more expensive Walmart, but sometimes they have really good deals too. So
we don't have them. I can drive 3 or 4 hours and run into Myers. Myers is a good one.
Yeah, I find a lot of stuff. So Meijer, their clearance, from what I've seen, is the lowest of any store when they hits their last chance.
All right, so I am going to give away
The dog.
I'm going to give away Mr. Scott Beer Picker's favorite brand of all time, bulb head. I'm gonna give it away. This is if you guys didn't watch this and you're late to the show, this is his absolutely favorite brand to sell on Amazon. Is this thing right here. Now listen, here is what you need to do to win. I am actually going to mute Scott so you guys can't see him. Okay. And the reason I'm gonna mute Scott real quick is I want the first person to tell me what t-shirt he's wearing wins this. Go. What's the brand, that Bearded Pickers t-shirt? What's the brand that he's wearing?
Oh.
This is it. Nobody can see him, so you guys can't cheat. Nobody can see him. What? I just good.
Thrifty Santa.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Scott, you're back. Wow. That was quick. That was quick. The best Santa in the business is getting this shipped to him completely free. But Barry, you don't have any dogs, but hey, you can use this for other purposes too. So
we had one person that said Fubu and one that said Pepsi.
Oh yeah.
The panda.
So guys, are you enjoying these we've only done 3 episodes, but are you enjoying these episodes? I mean, you tell me, guys, how much do you love these episodes? I know we've only done 3, but how many of you guys give us some love in here? Life is good. We're still getting life is good.
Yeah, still. And we got 134 watching, which is pretty incredible.
Yes, there's a lot of love in this chat. A lot of love, a lot of hard.
We're gonna work on actually having a guest next week, so that y'all won't be bored with just us.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so real quick, I wanted to touch on this. Can you guys? Can one of you guys put the? I can put the link, the Facebook link, guys. So there's a Facebook group. I'll put the link, guys. Join. Let me see if I can get the link here. And then also, do you guys mind talking about your local meetup? Is that too late by chance?
No, that's happening this Friday and Saturday in Nashville. There's actually a Facebook group for that too that has a lot of information. It's basically just a gather. We didn't want to make it where it was any kind of expectation of any kind of teaching. It's more of a gathering, just people getting together. We're going to do estate sales, yard sales, and the big flea market in Nashville is that weekend. So everybody's going to stay at the same hotel, and there's a restaurant everybody can congregate and eat at Friday night. Saturday night, Phil's wife, Myrna, is playing fiddle downtown, somewhere downtown Nashville off Broadway. So we will be down there just for a good time. And
so that means that there's a bar crawl. No, I'm joking. Maybe.
Right. It just I did Nashville this weekend. There's always something to do because just because I didn't do good at the estate sale, it was raining for the estate sales and yard sales, so the yard sales, a lot of them flaked out. But there were still over 170 in the rain. So it's just gonna be a fun time. If you need some information, just you can message me on Facebook, or I'll get you to the Facebook group.
All right, guys, let me know in chat if you guys are. Just click that Facebook link, join the group. It's really, really cool. Those of you who don't know in chats, I didn't do the Facebook thing until we started this panel. So I've had Facebook, but I never joined a group before. So this is the first Facebook group I've ever joined. So I think we're doing something really, really cool. We're at the beginning stages. We'll humble and get better as we go. We'll get some guests on here, some people way more entertaining than us on this live show. We did get a question, where is Chris? Let me pull up Chris real quick, guys. So Where is Chris? Well, his exact words were,
Yeah, he was super, super sick.
yes, that was his exact words, I think. 102 fever, and he'll try to hit the next one.
Yeah.
Oh, I just seen the post on your T-shirt. I missed that completely on the group.
No, it's all good.
I just seen that. Okay, yeah. So poor Chris. My
And-
gosh. Not
and
only
Lauren has a cabin, so she tries to soak up as many weekends while there's good weather there, and then in the winter she's at home. So
And there's no internet, so
yeah,
pretty much.
I think that's kind of refreshing. No internet, right?
yes.
Although, oh, Wade, you are too serious for those others on the panel. Oh, I know. I'm a very serious person. I did get a comment today, guys. Let me read you this comment, if you guys don't mind. I know this is not related.
No, go ahead.
If you really want to check out the insanity, Shane and I do a show on Friday nights, and the last 2 Friday nights I've been high when doing it, so we drink on that show and do whatever.
Yeah.
So if you really want to see us not serious, Friday night.
Friday night on the Bearded Pickers channel. All right. So I did get a comment today. It says, so I posted that we're having the show today, and somebody posted sellout, commented sellout. And then I responded, well, that's not very positive on a football Sunday, because we all know I'm a football guy. And then that was it. Yeah, that was it.
That's
So
crazy.
exactly how did you sell out?
I have no idea. But hey, guys, be positive on Sundays. It's football Sundays, all right? Football Sundays.
Only real football is played on Saturday. Come on now.
So
if everybody else's football teams didn't suck, they'd enjoy Saturday as much as I do.
What is you guys know that there's only been 3 trolls on my YouTube channel since I've started. I've only got 3 trolls. So it's been pretty cool. I relish the fact that sometimes I get those. I take pictures of them because we have a really cool group now. And it's an amazing community. I want to appreciate everybody that joins on these things, and everybody that joins in and chat, and all you lurkers that don't say anything. I appreciate you too. I think that you guys are amazing. So I appreciate everybody coming here and being a part of this. I hope that you guys get something out of it. And I said this on the last live show last Sunday, but I don't give any value here. I just sit here and sit back and reap the rewards of these two, and then Chris as well. So I appreciate everybody that's joined. Give us we'll end the show on this point. Give us a nugget for Q4. Maybe not a nugget, maybe words of wisdom, words of inspiration, or a nugget. Could be anything, but give us something for the holiday season. And we'll start with the best beard in the reselling game, Mr. Bearded Picker.
Oh, I was looking for the thirds again. I'm like, did he invite Sean and Steve? What's up? It's just more of what I've been saying. There's the easy way to everybody wants to go fourth quarter. You know, I want to go buy the hot stuff. I want to make $1 million on an item. I just want to sell that item. You know, the hot items eventually die. The hot items get hard to sell because they get flooded, and eventually the demand goes down, and you'll be begging to get rid of it by Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Find items that don't attract attention. Do things others are not doing in order to make your money. Hit doubles. That's my whole goal this holiday season, is just to hit a bunch of doubles. Rod Crew made a pretty good living out of hitting singles and doubles.
Definitely. And so for me, probably the words of wisdom I can give you a little bit on Q4 is
Hey guys, hold on. Oh, okay. Still here. Oh my gosh, that scared the crap out of me. Is it Halloween yet? Like, Scott, you did that, didn't you? What was it?
Screen.
Okay. I started panicking. I was like, I didn't get to say. I've never not got to say my last intro to every single show I do. And oh yes, so real quick. I also want to make sure that we're painfully clear to everybody that's in chat. At least on my YouTube channel, if you guys want to promote your YouTube channels or your Instagrams or your Poshmark or your eBay closets throughout the shows, you're welcome to do that on my YouTube channel. I just saw some Tracy. I appreciate that. That's just a reminder for those possibly new. I love to help people out on social media, and so if you guys want to promote yourselves, you're more than welcome to in a cool manner. But yeah, so now that I'm here, I'm not a ghost. What about you, Rez?
So for me, Q4, I would say here's the deal. In Q4, used clothing tends to trend down a little bit. Don't forget, I mean, you're still going to want to list your coats and outerwear, stuff like that still sells. But if you think that so in the summer I still have fairly good sales, and that's if you see that you're not selling as much, take a step back from your business and realize you might not be selling something someone wants. You know, source popular stuff, source stuff that people want to buy.
Hey, Scott, do you mind if you send me your address after the show? Because I felt like you've been such a good sport today. Hold on, let me approve some of these here. Okay. I feel like you've been such a good sport today that I really think you need one of these products. I will send you one completely free. In fact, you can have a few of them. You've been such a good sport. What do you think?
For your beard.
You send them down here. My wife might wash them little mongrels.
I think you can use this for your beard. Like, it's got dual purpose, not just for, animals.
Oh yeah.
I'll send you a couple of these. I'll even get you an autograph from the CEO of the company if you like.
From Ball.
I did notice Scott put, check out my Poshmark closet. I don't have one. So if you guys want to go follow him.
Me and Chloe, I don't have any fashion sense. Me and Chloe just, and then to actually expect me to have to share something and carry on. I know my weaknesses, and that would be one of them.
Pac-Man said Wade can't unload them quick enough. Well, honestly, I looked on Amazon. They were doing really well, and thank God I didn't come in yet. Just
for a second. One of my favorite YouTubers is actually in the chat. He said it says sub to Fun Junk, and I watch everything Wick does.
Wick is the man.
One day, Wick, we're gonna see you excited. Wick is like monotone going through it. He just works hard. He tells you what he tells you like it is. That's a good channel if you want to learn eBay and Amazon and stuff to find, and just general theory on things. Wick's a good dude.
I just want to throw this out there that Wick has a video that shows you start to finish how to do an Amazon FBA shipment. And 3 months ago, when I started doing FBA, that was the video that got me through my first shipment. Best video on Amazon. You need
Everybody
to watch.
keeps saying you need to make a video on doing stuff. I'm like, wow, Wick's already done one. Just here's Wick's video. Go watch it. And
it is great. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look up the channel. Is it flipping junk is the actual channel name?
Yeah, flipping. Wick might be the reason why my trailer outside has 180 water leak detectors in it. Hey, don't worry though, Wick. There's only 4 sellers left. The price is coming back. I'm actually gonna send some in next week.
So is this the channel?
Yep.
Oh, yep. So I noticed the third video down's got an angry SpongeBob, guys. Go subscribe to Wick over here. Hey, Wick, man, you do some fantastic looking thumbnails, my man.
Yeah, it's a good channel. Yeah, Wick, I saw that and I started looking for that kind of stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute. If I drive to St. Louis, there's like 200 of them stupid things up there. And so I drove up in the middle of the night all the way to St. Louis, picked up 240 of those leak detectors, came back, sent 60 in, only to have somebody drop the price on me. I'm like, when these 60 sell, that's it. I haven't sent any in. When was that? That was in August. I haven't sent any more in yet. I'm just waiting.
If you ever want to come join the show, you definitely should, Wick. That'd be awesome to have you and a guest on the show.
I actually reached out to him, and he's going to be a guest. He said he's interested in being a guest. So
that's fantastic. Here's the thing, guys, is at least on my channel, I promote social media. I think that's really important to express yourself. Even if you make your social media channel private, your YouTube private. So if you guys ever go to the live shows that we have, at least on this channel, you can always promote your YouTube channel name, and hopefully maybe get some followers that way and some people following your journey. So any questions for the panel? And when I mean panel, just these two, because they're amazing. Any questions for those two? Put them in chat before we conclude tonight. Put them in chat. Hopefully you guys received something from this. I can tell you, and I can't speak for these guys, but I think they're on the same wavelength. It is really cool to interact with everybody in chat. It's really cool that we're able to start this panel every Sunday. And I am extremely excited. I'm actually here in this chair about 15 minutes before we go live, because that's how excited I am about this show. So if you guys have any Wick's channel is
Flipping Junk.
Flipping_junk.
Yep. And he does like better thumbnails than I do. So I don't know. Photoshop, like, what are you using? That thing is amazing. What's going on? Raking profits in the house. What's going on, my man? So if you guys have any questions, we'll stay on for another 5 minutes or so if you guys have questions. But until then, I'm going to hand it over to Scott because he knows what to say. Whatever. He has things to say. So I'll hand it over to him.
Yeah, so here's we were talking about doing some bolos and stuff. For the people who don't know about Radica, they make handheld games. My brother and I, we were at a yard sale, and he's looking up something. I found nothing in this yard sale. I'm like, I haven't even found the lady who's hosting it. She was inside her house somewhere. We were just wandering around her garage by ourselves. And he's like, I'm looking up this stupid game. I'm like, show it to me. I'm like, holy crap, that's not a stupid game. That's like $150. He scans it, $100 on eBay, $154 on Amazon, and it was $5. I'm like, I'll give her $10 for it. The lady comes out and she goes, oh no, that's not $5. Everything's half price. I'll take $250 for it. So Radica, if you didn't know about the handheld Radica games, the bigger button, the bigger face ones, the better.
And so here's a little tip I just found out. I don't know if everybody knows this, but so I sell a lot of books on Amazon and just started 3 months ago. And I picked up a Bible in a thrift store, and it was just a King James Bible, leather on it. I opened the first 2 pages, and literally there was an ISBN sitting right there. I ran it through Scout IQ. Sells for $26 on Amazon. I bought it for a quarter.
So we have a couple questions. By the way, that's pretty amazing. I love those. I love those flips that you get it so cheap because you feel like you stole it, but then you walk away feeling victorious. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's okay. So I don't sell shoes on Amazon. If I was ungated in Adidas or Nike, watch out. But I'm not. So Alan said, hey guys, I have a pair of Adidas football cleats without the box. Can I send them into Amazon FBA without the box? Thank you. Anybody know?
No.
And
No.
I would be really, really nervous selling Adidas new on Amazon anyway, or Nike. Yeah. I would just be super nervous about it.
They require a box. You got to. They require a box for new shoes. To the point is, a lot of Amazon buyers actually will buy shoes and then if they don't have boxes, they'll buy boxes on eBay that they can just take the sticker off the end of it that tells you what style the shoe is, and it'll just be in a box.
If it's Nike, I'll sell it on eBay, but for some reason Nike makes me nervous on Amazon. It just does.
Yeah, you're absolutely. I know there are people that do it and they tell you can polybag and all that stuff, but if you read the rules, you got to have the box according to the rules.
And to piggyback, remember it's so I some people know I do a little stock trading, and it's really common for new people that are trading stocks to go big in one stock if they're day trading, right? And the thing or another flip side to that is they over trade. So you get people that just want to put their money somewhere and trade. And my point to this is there's always going to be another trade. As long as you're on this beautiful earth, there's always going to be another opportunity for another trade. So same thing with Amazon. If there's a product you're iffy with or an item you're iffy with, there's always going to be another item, another product. So you don't want to risk blowing up your account on stocks, and you don't want to risk getting suspended on Amazon. Same concept. There's always going to be another opportunity. There's another question too. Is there a good video for doing variations on eBay? And I'm assuming you're doing same item but different size, that sort of thing. Anybody know?
I would say honestly, the best video I've seen is Garage Flips. Lonnie has a video out where he does it. He videos himself doing variations, and it's spot on. So
Garage Flips, Mr. Garage Flips. He still has the storage unit where he keeps everything, right?
Yeah. Yep.
He would be a good guest too, guys. All right, so
and the other thing to say is don't be scared to do things others won't. My brother's picking small things up at the yard sales, and I'm trying to let him find stuff because yard sales are more about finding him some stuff. And I'm like, are you not even going to sell that? It was a Sun Mountain micro golf cart. I'm like, you at least ask him how much it is before you decide it's too big to sell it, because it sells for like $92. This particular one sells for $92 used. And I asked the lady, she's like, oh, $30. I'm like, would you take 20? I mean, okay. $20 for something that's going to sell for 90. The shipping at worst, it's a large box. You're going to cut the large box down to size. It's not going to get hurt because it holds golf bags. And so I should easily make, $40 on it.
Nice.
Big items are not that much more difficult. Most people are so scared of big items.
So
just need a bigger box.
I want to give props to the Bearded Picker guys. I don't know if you guys watched my Instagram, but this was like 2 weeks ago. And I gave you props, my man. I gave you props. So something that I didn't know that you can do is one thing that I don't like about my FedEx is it's kind of far away. Not really far away, but it's like a good 20 to 25 minutes if there's traffic. And I learned from the Bearded Picker, right? That you can,
Walgreens, baby, Walgreens.
Yeah, yes, that you can send in your FedEx and they can scan it at Walgreens and ship it.
I believe it's only FedEx ground, but they take all FedEx ground.
So if you guys have a Walgreens closer, do that. I don't think there's anything that Walgreens doesn't do, right?
They don't shine shoes.
They don't shine shoes, guys. But yeah, if you got a Walgreens closer, do that. That's what I do now. And every time I go in there, I think of the Bearded Picker every single time.
I'm looking forward to it because we don't have a Walgreens out here. I live like 9 miles out of town, but the Rite Aid it would be a Walgreens shortly. So that means in the next 3 or 4 months, I'll have a FedEx drop point 3 miles from the house, which is very nice.
Well,
that's awesome.
Are they buying? Like, what happened? Just Rite Aid pulled out and then they bought the building, or how did that work?
No, Walgreens 8 months ago bought half a Rite Aid.
Wow, shows the out of loop I am. Holy cow, I didn't know that.
1,900 and some stores. They're generally in areas like they bought most of them in the state of Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina. And the rule was if they're shutting them all down if they're within a mile of an existing Walgreens. So these out here in the country with me don't have anything around them. So they've got a sign on the door now that says this is a Rite Aid with a Walgreens pharmacy, and they're starting to do all the items that are Rite Aid name brands are all on a basic 25% clearance now. They'll take them to 40, then they'll take them to 70 to get rid of everything with their name on it. And then like the Christmas toys, I was looking at them the other day, and I'm like, wait a minute, that thing says Walgreens exclusive on it. So they've already moved some of their own toys into some of the Rite Aids as well.
All right, I'm gonna give one you don't hear this from Wade very often, but I'm going to give one be on the lookout item. This is going to be after Easter, guys, so I know that's a little ways away. But you know those cream-filled eggs? They're like way cheap at Walgreens after Easter, guys. Did you guys remember that big haul that I brought home of like 300 of them? They were 90% off at Walgreens. So keep an eye out. After Easter, you can get those cream-filled eggs. You know, the 100 or 1,000 calorie eggs are really cheap.
The Cadbury eggs.
Yes. All right. And if you guys in chat before we cut off, if you guys have any be on the lookout items or anything you want to express for this title, which is Q4, I love you. You guys can put it in chat if you guys got anything good for the community here. But all right, so let's give a little you know what's going to happen next week, next Sunday, guys. Whose channels are going to be on? Hopefully, who do we have on the panel? I'll let you guys handle that.
I think it's on Chris's.
It's definitely on Chris's channel. I guess we'll reach out to Chris tomorrow if he's feeling better. We'll see if he's got any ideas for a guest, or I'll bring out the mega list. And I've got a couple people who have sent me messages, said they're interested in being a guest as well. So, you know, maybe we'll start out with reaching out to one of those guys or gals. There's a couple of each.
Definitely.
And if you're watching this after the fact, both of their channels are below, along with Chris and Lauren's channel. So you guys go subscribe to them. That way, when we have the channel on their, or the show on their channel, you guys can be a part of it. Anyways, so
yeah, Susie, Lauren is on the panel. She just says has been baked. They until the weather gets real bad, go up to their cabin. They only have a few weeks left. They live in Minnesota, so it's gonna get hard to get to their cabin. So they're trying to use it while they can. She'll definitely very shortly like every show, most of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that, by the way, I appreciate everybody coming. I think this has been an amazing show. Hopefully the topic has been great, and appreciate everybody that's coming in. If you're watching this after the fact, please subscribe to the best beard in all of reselling, the most amazing backdrop in Rise and Grind. Nobody has a I was going to say a tornado, but a really workable backdrop like he does. And he's hustling hard, guys. And then also we have Chris and Lauren and everybody. So if you guys want to go in the description and subscribe to their YouTube channel, give it a thumbs up. It doesn't pay me anymore. It just gets this video out to more people in the YouTube algorithm, so that way they can see the show and to discover it. And if you're not subscribed to the Wade's Ventures show, it's probably a smart thing. No, I'm joking. I love each and every one of you guys. So if you guys want to consider subscribing to this channel, go ahead. We do some pretty crazy stuff. So, I mean, dumpster diving, I've got a video coming out, and it's pretty.
Was it in the ramen noodle suit?
Every single time it is. Every single time.
Awesome.
It is in there. And it's been an interesting ride, guys. So, you know, like I said, this is a really cool show. Hopefully we do like 1 million episodes of the Bearded Picker asking questions and me and Rise and Grind sent back.
Russ the Raccoon subscribe to your channel, so that's good.
Is he? Oh. He's got a really great YouTube channel, and I didn't tell him this, but I was really glad when I watched one of his live shows recently where he did the phone like this so you can see the whole screen.
Yeah.
Those of you who don't know about Russ the Raccoon, he's got a great YouTube channel and a really cool accent. So go subscribe to him as well. I've been trying to get him on, but he's way too busy buying liquidation pallets and all kinds of good stuff to come on. But maybe one of these days. Maybe
Definitely.
one of these days. So, all right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Scott says he loves every one of you guys. We will let's answer this one last question. Wait, do you have a list of indoor flea markets in the PNW, which is basically Portland area, that you can share? I messaged me on Insta, and as long as it's not over the 2 hours that I spend, because I cannot go over 2 hours, I will I'll look you up and send that to you. So, all right, guys, until next time, until next Sunday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Liquidation Ohio's YouTube channel. We love you all. Any parting words? any words of inspiration? Any of you two?
Find your why.
Work hard and stay hungry, and just keep your eye on the prize.
Keep your eye on the prize, guys, and don't eat those 1,000-calorie eggs. Make sure you try eating in the shower at least once. It will change your life.
I did that too, by the way.
Did you? Oh, I've meant to make a video doing that.
I ate an apple last night in the shower, and I took like a 45-minute shower, and it was awesome. Like I thought of ideas and all sorts of stuff.
Was it satisfying?
It was because I'm like, man, this is like I'm eating a snack, but it's like killing two birds with one stone. And then I just started brainstorming, like all of a sudden, and I was like thinking about stuff and came up with some awesome ideas.
Yeah, I can imagine. Oh, go ahead.
I made some chili tonight. I wonder how that'll go.
Do it. Just do some chili. It's not the fact that you're eating in the shower. It's the fact that you're spending more time in the shower doing something you love, which is eating. We all love eating, and you come up with really good ideas. I eat nachos in the shower sometimes. I know the show was over like 5 times in a row, but if you guys eat in the shower, please let me know. Okay, I want to know if you're male or female because I want to kind of gauge if it's more males that eat in the shower or if it's more females. So let me know if you're male or female. Let me know what food you eat in the shower, and if you don't want to tell me that because you eat a lot of food in the shower, just say you eat it. Please let us know. We'll stay on for another 2 minutes. I just want to see who eats in the shower. Wine in the shower. So three females. Is there any males? Women eat in the hot tub. Well, hey, I'll eat in the hot tub too. I take way more showers. What? I thought it would be like a male thing. So far, we're getting all females here. Is there any other any males in the chat that eat in the shower? I mean, anybody Subway sandwiches? Chili. I've had ice cream in the shower. That's really common. Ice cream cone or something. Nobody.
Ooh, that would be good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, nobody in this live show saw our first episode ever, but in the shower, crazy talk. Oh, that was my neighbor Beth, by the way. We're 10 feet away from you. Beth now knows I eat in the shower. A little soggy for me. Just try it. You can hold it away from the water. You don't have to hold it in the water. I do other things in the shower. ... Okay. Okay. Anyways, yes, I won't read that comment, but hey, more power to you. I eat all the mentioned things in the shower. That was Tracy. I know you did. I had a hot dog once. Is that in the shower? Because you forgot that part. You can see Pac-Man's out of here. My admin's gone, so we have nobody manning the chat.
Pac-Man's like, peace.
The shower talk, I'm gone. If it gets soggy, I'm gone. Okay, guys, that's it. We've already dropped 30 people. Have an awesome night.
See you guys
next time. See you next Sunday.